What time it is? We've got 6 things that you should know. And number one on our list, last week, Louisiana Governor John Bel Edwards signed a new bill saying the state will adopt daylight savings time as the year-round standard time here in the state. Now, that's if the federal law also changes.
It would go into effect if Congress amends current federal law to allow states to decide whether or not they adopt daylight saving time as year-round standard time. If that happens while the state is in daylight savings, that is the time the state will stay in. And if the new law is passed while we're in standard time here, it would take effect the following month of March. So I think what they're trying to say is we just won't change time. We'll just stay at one time throughout the year, yeah, and just instead of doing the time change back and forth, which is nice.
Which is really nice.
It is.
So I hope that the federal law passes and then we can keep it like that here.
I do too.
Because aren't we the only country that does that?
States, I think, well, in Arizona, when I grew up in Arizona, we don't change time there, and it's nice. I mean, you don't realize how nice it is not to change time until you hit the fall, and you have to fall back, and you lose that hour of sleep, and you're kind of messed up for a while. So we'll see. Hopefully, something everybody can agree on. Yeah.
You don't think an hour is going to make that big of a difference, but it actually really does.
For a long time.
When you lose it,
it does.
It really hits hard. All right, guys, moving on to our number 2 today. A piece of your childhood may be closing for good. Children's restaurant and entertainment chain Chuck E. Cheese is trying to avoid bankruptcy.
The Wall Street Journal reports it's in talks with lenders to raise $200 million. The pizza franchise had $1 billion of debt at the end of last year. It's facing a $2 million loan payment this month. I think we should start a GoFundMe.
Absolutely.
Don't take our Chuck E. Cheeses.
Take my eyes, but don't take Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah, remember the little mouse that they had in there?
Yeah.
It was like the first, I think, like mascot I ever remember meeting.
Friend.
Yeah, that was the little mouse. So
how sad. I know the pizza's really good, so I haven't been in years. But that's still sad. I don't want them to go bankrupt.
Still want to have that option later down the road. Maybe you can go back.
I might have a kid one day. I might want to take him.
You never know.
Probably not. All right, guys. So moving on. Google is making changes to its advertising policies to prevent unlawful discrimination around housing, employment, and credit. So the company will prohibit ads for those 3 categories from being targeted based on a user's gender, age, parental status, marital status, or zip code. Now, Google will also provide housing advertisers with additional information about fair housing to help ensure they are acting in ways that support access to housing opportunities. Google's changes come more than a year after Facebook was charged with violating that Fair Housing Act.
Facebook said at the time it was surprised by HUD's decision, saying it was working with the department to address concerns and had taken significant steps to prevent advertising discrimination. Google's policy update will be rolled out to advertisers across the U.S. and Canada in the coming months. The company said it has been working closely with HUD on its ad policy changes and would continue to do so.
I don't really even know what that means.
Neither do I.
Explain it to me like I'm 5 years old.
Just read the story. There's going to be some changes. That's all that we know. Hopefully you followed along a little bit better than we did.
I got to read more about that act. I guess I'm not caught up on that. So I'll see what the changes really mean. All right, guys, we're going to move on here. The group behind the Oscars says it has a plan to make the awards more inclusive. So the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences says it's called Academy Aperture 2025. And on Friday, the Academy announced a designated office to oversee that plan. Phase 1 of that initiative will focus on governance, membership, and workplace culture.
The Academy and the Producers Guild of America also plan to develop inclusive industry standards. The changes come after years of criticism that the Oscars are dominated by Caucasians and men. While announcing the initiative, the Academy also updates its policy for the Best Picture category. It says it will have a set of 10 nominees a year, starting with the 2021 awards.
This is true, though. I will say the Oscars has always been like a lot of women don't win.
Right.
A lot of colored people don't win. So that's the thing that needs to change.
Sure. And now they're adding more to the Best Picture category as well.
I know. Which is usually like what, half of that or less than that?
It'll be interesting because like a lot of the movies are getting pushed back this year, so it's going to be an interesting Oscar cycle the next time we hit it, because I think a lot of the movies are being saved until whenever it's safe to go back out. So
I'm ready for a movie night at the movie theater to see a new movie.
I think everybody is.
I'm sad.
It's been a while.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
Soon enough, my friends. And fifth today, Father's Day is right around the corner, and we're giving you inexpensive gift ideas all week long. So today we want to suggest that you ditch the macaroni art and actually treat your dad to the spa. Now, this doesn't have to be a traditional spa. You can actually get really creative and string together a series of events that can take place in your own home.
That could include a haircut followed by a facial product using products that you already have, and you could even mix in a massage. This is something that could help Dad relax on his special day. And remember, Father's Day is this Sunday, so book those appointments now.
Yeah, if you don't want to do it or if you can't do it, book that appointment. But you could definitely do something nice at home.
I gotta get my dad a beard trimmer. We've been talking about this. We need to start featuring my dad. He's been growing a beard since all this started, and every week it gets a little bit longer and longer. It's kind of shaved down now, so we just got the goatee, but it's
pretty gnarly.
It's pretty gnarly.
That's exciting.
We're not used to seeing him with facial hair. So.
Yeah, well, I had never seen my dad without a mustache, and then he shaved after literally like my 28 years. I've never seen my dad without a mustache. He shaved, and I thought I was gonna have a heart attack.
Like, you didn't even know who it was?
It was a shock.
Really?
No, it was a shock. You know that guy on Duck Dynasty cut his hair?
Right.
Yeah. And
just like that?
His family was like, we couldn't recognize him.
You don't even know who this person is.
He looked the exact same.
Did he? Same guy.
I don't know. Last today in 1979, former President Jimmy Carter pronounced that June would be celebrated as Black Music Month.
Yes, we celebrated this Music Monday with a new documentary on the life of legendary singer Ella Fitzgerald, headed to virtual cinemas this summer. Rick Damigella has a preview.
There are some people who are born with God-given talent, and then there are the rest of us. My mother had God-given talent.
The First Lady of Jazz is immortalized on film in the documentary Ella Fitzgerald, Just One of Those Things.
There she is.
Understated, shy, she was like a little girl.
Directed by documentarian Leslie Woodhead, the film follows Fitzgerald from childhood through stardom and her later years. Journalist and author Reggie Nadelson conducted the interviews.
She was a very reserved woman. She didn't wear her heart on her sleeve. My favorite line, which a wonderful writer called Margot Jefferson told me, she said, you know, some people wore their heart on their sleeve. Ella just turned all her miseries into joy.
The film reveals an unbroadcast interview with Fitzgerald commenting on racial issues in the 1960s.
What we found most wonderfully in the Paley Museum of Media was a broadcast Ella did with a DJ named Fred Robbins, where she suddenly, out of the blue, lets loose about race. And this is from the most polite, most reserved, most adored entertainer, I guess, at the time anywhere.
People truly loved her.
She was Ella.
In Hollywood, I'm Rick Damigella.
All right, guys, we have to take a quick break, but when we return, Juneteenth is this Friday. We're telling you how you can get involved right here in Shreveport.
And later we have more gift ideas for Dad, and we're headed to the kitchen to celebrate one local restaurant's grand opening. We'll be right back.